A 14-year-old farm boy invented television. The most powerful company in America spent the next decade trying to convince the world he didn't. And for almost a century, they nearly succeeded. His name was Philo Farnsworth, and it all began in a potato field. Idaho, 1921. A boy walks behind a horse-drawn plow, cutting the field into long, straight rows. He stops at the edge and stares back at the lines, one after another after another. And in that field, Philo sees something no engineer on Earth has seen. By lamplight on his family's farm, he devours science magazines chasing one impossible dream, sending a moving picture through the air. Around the world, inventors are trying to build it with clumsy spinning discs. The images come out thin and blurred. But the plowed field has handed Philo a different answer. What if you swept the picture into lines, the way a plow sweeps a field, using a beam of electrons moving too fast to see? He stays after class and chalks the entire machine across his chemistry teacher's blackboard. His teacher, Justin Tolman, barely follows it, but he never forgets that drawing. For years, almost no one takes the farm boy and his electron dream seriously. By 21, Philo has scraped together a few backers and a tiny lab in San Francisco. September 1927. He aims his class camera tube at a painted slide and holds his breath. On the screen, a single sharp line appears. Nothing like it had ever existed. No spinning wheels, no blurry shadows, just a picture made entirely by electrons. When his investors ask when they'll finally see money, Philo transmits a picture of a dollar sign. He has beaten them all. The future sits humming inside a glass tube on his bench. But 3,000 miles away, a giant is watching. RCA rules American radio, and its chief, David Sarnoff, means to own television too. Sarnoff sends RCA's own scientist into Philo's lab to study his work up close. Then the phones stopped ringing. RCA had made its decision. They weren't going to buy his invention. They were going to take it. Their argument was simple and cruel. No teenager could possibly have invented this. In a patent courtroom, RCA's lawyers demand proof the idea was ever his. Then an old school teacher takes the stand. From memory, Justin Tolman redraws the sketch a farm boy once chalked on his blackboard. The courtroom goes silent. Farnsworth wins. For the first time in its history, RCA must pay an inventor. And then the world looks away. War freezes television for years, and by the time it floods into every living room, Philo's key patents have expired. The man who invented television made almost nothing from it and faded into obscurity. 1957. A tired, nervous man appears on a TV game show, introduced only as Dr. X. The card reveals his secret to a studio that doesn't recognize him. He invented electronic television. He wins $80. The world forgot Philo Farnsworth. But every phone, every television, every screen you have ever stared into began with a boy behind a plow, seeing lines no one else could see. And every time a screen lights up, it quietly remembers him.